SNL podcast. This is season 2, week 3. And week 3 was really good for a lot of people, man. And we got some drama because we got records being broken. And we'll get into that, man. But I am your host, KxngTrizz, along with my sidekick,
Assistant Commissioner Slick.
And let's get right into it, man. Let's go straight into the matchups. We're going to go with the first matchup of the week. It was something we were all looking forward to, man. And it played out exactly the way we wanted it to play out.
Yes,
We're going to let the
sir.
people know, man. Central C versus Felonious Punt. Now, as you know, Felonious Punt was 2-0. Central C was 1-0-1. He had a tie last week with Pico. And he said he was coming back and getting that win, man. Unfortunately, Felonious Punt scored 118.5 points. How did he get to 184.5 points? Lamar Jackson being the number one standout for him with 31.5 points. Amon-Ra St. Brown being another standout with 20.5 points. Doing pretty good. Chris Godwin with 17 points, which is really good. The biggest standout, Dallas Goedert. 27 points from the tight end position, man. Once you get that, you're going to feel comfortable, man.
27 points, you get 10 receptions, 170 yards. That is great for the tight end position, as I call it extra points. Same with the kickers. When they give you anything more than 10, I call it bonus points. Tight ends, unless you're Kelsey or Gronkowski back in the day, that many points is a formula to win.
On the other hand, his bench is a hospital bench. Everybody's injured, from Brown to Cup to Njoku to Pacheco. Chuba Hubbard on the bench did score 27.5, so he could have had more points had he had Chuba Hubbard in as a flex position instead of Zay Flowers.
Right.
And Kyrie Fairbairn is 0 points. But anyway, he scored 118.5 points. Not amazing, but not bad overall. But it was good enough to secure a win against Central C. Now, hear me out, man. Last week, or no, it was week 1, right? We clowned our co-commissioner over here, Slick, for scoring 62.5 points, man.
I remember I had to hear it all week in the chat.
Tell the people about it, man.
A new low, the greatest to ever play fantasy football, saw my record and said, you know what? Nah, that's mine. 59 points. That, what did you say? If you said for me, that was trash. Well, Central C, that's trash.
Nah, bro, that's caca. Yeah.
Terrible.
Get out of here, bro.
You had Baker Mayfield, 20.5 points, Gibbs, 16 points, and then everything else is not great. Stevenson, 0. Lamb, 8.5. Just all the way down is just bad performance from all of his players. Even his bench, he has Moss with 20 points.
Only good
but
player.
Honestly, if you put Moss in, he's only putting up maybe around 70. It doesn't matter. Central C is not the Central C we know of last season. I will say that.
Not at all, man. He's a shell of himself. I currently call him binary code, because that man is 111.
10110. Yeah.
Yo.
That boy's on a different path. He ain't playing football. He playing computer science.
I don't know what it is, man. Binary code C trying to send trace to rob people, man. Hey,
Central C++.
Central C Python, yo.
Yeah, so Central C, not a good week 3.
But anyway, like we said, Felonious Punt coming out with a win. 3-0 on the season. Central C 1-1. Looking good for one guy, not good for the other. Moving on to the next one.
Next game, we got Negrodamus going against C Blizzy, and it was not close at all. Negrodamus had 177.5 points, and C Blizzy only 119.5. I think 177 is the highest this season. Is that correct?
It is correct. The highest this season is 177.5, posted by your boy all day, every day. The highest scoring team in the league. You saw my rant last week. I was talking trash. You know why they call me Negrodamus. I see the future. I called it. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah. Dak Prescott, is he Dak today or is he Dakota? I think he's Dak.
Oh, that boy is Dak. Yeah.
Okay. Dak Prescott, 43.5 points. Saquon Barkley, 33 points. Kamara is at 15.5. Jefferson, 20. Neighbors, 27.5. Neighbors was really the person, I believe, that pushed you along, getting you in that 177. Parkinson's, 5 points. It's okay. You didn't need the points. Robinson with 10. The defense right here, two interceptions, a touchdown, a fumble recovery, 23 points. That is amazing day for the defense, special teams. And your kicker, again, along with Parkinson's, your tight end, low points, didn't need it.
And I definitely feel bad for C Blizzy on the other end, man, because he put up enough points to beat Felonious Punt, 119.5.
He
Definitely
did.
wasn't enough to go against me. Downsides of that team was his quarterback Richardson, man, 9 points. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that. Yeah, 9 points. On the upside, Kyron Williams, 31 points, which is really good. Mason giving him 10.5. Yeah, that's not what you expect. DJ Moore finally gave him 15.5 points. Devontae Smith, before he got injured, 14.5. But his standout was actually Chris Olave with 20.5 points in the flex position, and everybody else just being normal. He did have Aaron Jones on the bench with 25.5 points. Had Aaron Jones come in the lineup, that would have been great. Had Derrick Henry been in the lineup with 30 points, that would also be great. He knows what he needs to do for next week. He knows the guy he needs to put in. Previously, I said he wasn't a threat. Seeing his guys put up these numbers, he looks like a contender moving forward, so I'm going to give him the respect on that. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough for me this week.
Yeah, looking at his team and his bench, he puts in those two guys with Aaron Jones and Derrick Henry, and maybe if he gets better quarterback play, maybe this is a closer game. Mm-hmm. Very unfortunate timing with his quarterback. Better luck next week, C Blizzy.
And moving on to the other matchup, man. Slick versus them boys.
All right, let me address a few things because you might see the roster and it looks different. Last week, a few trades happened, and one trade involving myself, and I had mentioned it quickly in passing. Dem Boys and I had made a trade, my first trade ever in fantasy, so I see myself a little inexperienced, and I'll let you know why. So I gave Dem Boys Jonathan Taylor and Brandon Ayuk, and I received from Dem Boys Austin Eckler and Tyreek Hill. Now, on paper, this was a very even trade. I was happy at the time. He was happy. The league was happy. Good trade, no drama. The thing is, in my inexperience of trading, is I should have waited for the week to finish and have the players' projections reset for their next opponents. Because I did not do that, he hold me. I think he knew. Honestly, I think he knew that I was inexperienced and I wasn't thinking about the player reset. Jonathan Taylor ended up going crazy, and both of the guys that he gave me were trash this week. So let's go. Let's get into that.
Yeah. So I will say though, like, you reached out to me with information about the trade before it happened. I looked at the players, Tyreek Hill being who Tyreek Hill is. I said, bro, it's Tyreek. You're gonna go for that, right? And so I'm gonna take some of that blame with you. I did give you a little bit of confidence in going to the trade because Tyreek Hill was involved. Unfortunately, Tyreek is gonna be Tyreek regardless who the quarterback is, but he's gonna be good if you at least have somewhat of a capable quarterback. Miami does not have any capable quarterbacks right now.
Nothing.
Which makes this very difficult for your boy. That being said, Tyreek Hill only scored 7 points this week, man. 3 catches for 40 yards. That's not going to work out. Slick scored 104 points this week. Joe Burrow finally stepping up and giving him 38.5 points. He was happy with that. Devin Singletary doing what he does, 18.5 points. Marvin Harrison Jr. also continuing where he left off with 17 points. Not the 29 he had the last time, but it's still really good for a wide receiver, 17 points. Shaheed on the bench gave him 27 points last week, gave him a dud this week.
And, Insane. Insane.
And that's the part about fantasy. Honestly, that's the part about fantasy that just messes with me, because sometimes you can have a dude right in the bench putting up numbers and you get the confidence to put him in, and he just wets the bed, man. And that's what Shaheed did. Defense gave you 14, which is pretty good. You won that. No one on your bench really standing out. Eckler, like we talked about, got a concussion, 13.5 points. So he's not gonna be useful moving forward. Like we said, on the other end, Jonathan Taylor went off, and Ayuk actually did something this time. 9 points. No.
When I had him, he was putting like 8 points, 7 points. So Ayuk still didn't really do anything. But it's really the Jonathan Taylor one.
It's Jonathan Taylor
for
hitting. Eckler, essentially. Yeah, the only way this can redeem itself is if Tyreek becomes true to form. Hopefully, Miami gets a quarterback in there that can actually throw the ball and do something. It could be a down year for Tyreek Hill, man. And we talked about that earlier, where we said there may be a lot of big name players who might start having down year this year. This is the conversation we had about Kamara. Some people saying it might be Kamara's down year.
No, it's not the case. But
it's not the case. But for Tyreek, it could be. And we'll look out for that.
Listen, them boys, you know what you did. You know what you did. And you'll answer for it. That's crazy. And you know, for those that don't know, them boys in C Blizzy, they're brothers. C Blizzy was part of that
The swindle, the
swindles,
Commonwealth
you know,
swindle.
with Central Snake. So I guess that snakeism runs in the family.
In
Yeah.
retrospect. And you know what's funny? It's what he said in the chat today. He said, yo, I don't even know why this man took the trade knowing Tua was down.
That's
man,
insane.
Yeah.
It's
laughed at that
Tyreek. So
guy.
he gaslighted me because he's like, yeah, yo, it's a good, Tyreek is gonna get numbers regardless. And now this is what he's saying? Bet.
Yeah.
Bet. Anyway, the next game is JD Grams and Houston Boy. JD Grams ended up losing.
You remember last week he said, me being one of the second eldest person in the league, said he's going to put me in the retirement home. He went up against our boy, Houston Boy. He said he was going to put Houston Boy in the retirement home. See, that's why you don't disrespect your elders, folks. We are from the era where we got our ass whooped. Pretty much. They took the belts out. We got the spanking. We got the punching. You know what I'm saying? We're from the era where we got beat. So we understand what it's like. So now when the youngins are coming up, we going to beat them youngins too. JD Grams. JD meet the Grams. JD wish you wasn't here.
JD preschool.
JD kindergarten.
129.5 to 135.5.
Yes,
Houston Boy had Josh Allen, 41.5 points. Great game. He had 4 touchdowns. Achane was just all right. Dobbins was all right. Diggs, 19.5 for 10 receptions, 94 yards. Metcalf went off with, well, stat-wise, but not really game-wise. He only had 4 catches, but 104 yards and a touchdown. That's all you really need.
That's all you need.
Kincaid came alive, 3 receptions, 41 yards, a touchdown. McConkey was okay. The defense, I think, is what solidified the win, because anything less, it puts them down in points, probably below JD Grams. So shout out to that defense keeping Houston Boy alive.
And he also chose the right quarterback because he has Stroud in as well. And we clowned him saying, yo, how you going to pick Josh Allen with the 4th pick in the draft? And
right.
It's working out for him 2 weeks out of 3. Congratulations. And we said 130. Once you're over 130, that's more than likely going to guarantee a win in most cases. JD Grams was just a half a point short of that, and Houston Boys was 5 points over that. So yeah, that's a win for him. JD Grams won 29.5 points. Patrick Mahomes given 28. Now the thing about Patrick Mahomes is, I will say, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City offense looks suspect this year.
Yeah, I'll say they don't look like they're clicking like they usually do.
Patrick Mahomes has 5 touchdowns and 4 interceptions already. Now that's kind of rare. 24 points week 1, 21.5 points week 2, 28.5 point week 3. Now the 28.5 is good. I'll take that any day. The other two, that's not Patrick Mahomes type numbers.
He's yet to have a 30-point game, and that's very unusual.
But nonetheless, 28.5 points for Patrick Mahomes. Cook, his main running back, 18 points. Rasheed Rice is the only saving grace on that team right now. 29 points. Remember what I said after week 1. Reed ain't giving you that numbers again. He gave you 10.5 this time. Like, bro, what he did last week he was 6. So that 32 was an anomaly. Maybe it's going to happen again.
Right.
I don't know, but that 32 was an anomaly. Travis Kelce not being the Travis Kelce that we know him to be. Travis Kelce is averaging 4.8 points this season. He's only at 12 targets in 3 games, which by all means is not terrible for Titans across the board, but it's terrible for Travis Kelce, man. 5 targets this past game for 30 yards, 4 catches, 7 fantasy points. That's not what you want from Travis Kelce, man. Outside of that, nobody really stood up for JD Grams except for his bench. Juwan Jennings, San Francisco 49ers.
Yes. 11 receptions, 175 yards, and 3 touchdowns, giving him 46.5 points. If only he had put him in. But at the same time, I can't blame him for not putting him in.
He wasn't going to put him in. Nobody was going to put Juwan Jennings in.
Yeah. I wouldn't put him over Reed. I wouldn't put him over Rice.
Right, but let's be real. He got those catches because there was no Debo. There's no Kittle. Right. McCaffrey's not there. Mason's not really. He's not. He doesn't have the catching repertoire that Christian McCaffrey has, even though he can do it. But that's not his namesake yet. Outside of Ayuk, it was him, bro. But guess what? JD Grams is going to go ahead and put him in the lineup next week. I can assure you that. And that man's going to score about 10 points next week or less.
And I can't wait to see it.
Negro Dama said it right here.
Our last game, we got Team Donnie versus Pico de Guapo. Last week, Pico de Guapo said he would put up 130 with ease. And, well, he put up 131. So shout out to Pico. But he ended up winning this matchup. Pico had Brock Purdy, 36 points. Brees Hall, 17.5 points. Jamar Chase, who finally came alive with 29.5 points, 6 receptions, 118 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Nico Collins with 12.5 points. Etienne Jr. with 12 points. Defense with a good showing, 16.5 points. A good formula to win. Shout out to Pico de Guapo saying he's going to beat Donnie, and he did.
Yeah, man. Pico said he was going to score 130, man. He dropped 131. He did what he was supposed to do. Jamar Chase, 29.5 points, finally doing something. But going up against Team Donnie, man, she scored 125.5. Who did she have, man? Jalen Hurts, 25 points, average. Bijan Robinson, 13 points, average. Drake London, 18.5 points, average. Deontay Johnson. Carolina offense looks good with Dalton under center, bro.
Yeah.
It's 26 points, man. I think he's gonna he may not score 26 points, but I think his production will keep going up because Dalton can actually throw. Like, he's actually a good quarterback.
He can, yeah. I thought Andy Dalton was gonna be what Kirk Cousins is.
A really good quarterback. So because he's now throwing, defense isn't gonna be a threat of the passing game. And they might slack off a little bit, which may give space for the run game. They could probably do some RPOs or so on. Yeah, the receivers was catching Sunday, bro. Like, it was.
Yes, they were.
It was crazy. So the team looked good. Deontay Johnson, 26 points. Pittsburgh defense, 11 points. Pittsburgh's at 3-0. That's crazy. Justin Fields, how?
I don't know. Mike Tomlin coaching them boys up.
Mike Tomlin is always like going to the playoffs, bro. Like, this man is just may not be winning chips like that.
He's consistently B+.
And Harrison Butker, 13 points, man. On the bench, Aaron Rodgers could have given her the win. Definitely.
Yeah, so that is something special. She put in Aaron Rodgers that it hurts. Dang.
Low-key, I think that for me, that's why having 2 top quarterbacks, it hurts me. Because you're only going to run one quarterback for the whole season. You're not switching quarterbacks game after game after game after game. And you only really need another quarterback for a bye or an injury. Personally, I only have one quarterback. I don't have another one.
I got 2. I mean, they're both trash currently.
Donnie, 125.5. She's currently 2-1. This is her first loss on the season. Pico finally getting into the win column. Congratulations, Pico. And let's look at the standings for the league, man. Currently, as you know, Secret Society versus the Renaissance. Secret Society, you have Felonious Punt, 3 games, 3 wins to nothing. Followed by me, 2 games to nothing. Currently, I am the highest scoring team in the league. I will take pride in that. I will shout it out every single chance I get. Talking my trash until I can't talk my trash anymore. Right behind us is Houston Boys, also with 2 wins and 1 loss. Then JD Grams, and then C Blizzy. And on the other side, you have Team Donnie, which is surprising, leading the Renaissance side. 2 wins, 1 loss. And then you got the co-parenters, the 2 daddies. Pico de Guapo with Central C, man, both being binary codes, 1-1-1. And then you got them boys who finally got a win against Slick. So 1-2 for him. And unfortunately, we have an 0-3 start with your boy Slick. How are you feeling about that 0-3 start, man?
It just hit me right now, okay? Looking at these standings, I am the only winless team. We got ties before we got a win from me. That sucks. But the good news is I'm only 2 games behind.
And there's 11 games left in the season.
So being in this weaker division is actually in my favor. Let Donnie lose again. Anyone else above me lose. That's just 1 game, 1.5 games behind. So I'm in. It's not over. Moving on to the playoff bracket. If the season were to end today and the playoffs start tomorrow, Thelonious Punt is the number 1 team with the bye. Second team is Team Donnie. Third is Nigrodamus. Fourth, Houston Boy. Fifth, Pico de Guapo. And sixth, Central C. So those are the very early still playoff prediction.
We are going to look at the matchups for next week, week 4. So week 4 we have week 4 we got Slick versus myself.
Oh wow, I just saw that too. That's not good.
That's crazy, bro. Hey, yo, I'm talking about you. I'm about to put this boy in a hole, bro. Hey,
wow.
Listen, nah, fam. Listen, bro. I love you. I did not, look at me, bro. Look at me, bro. I love you. You my homeboy. But I'm trying to bury you, son. I just want you to know 0-4 has your name on it. All right,
That's
back to the pod.
That's crazy. It'd be your own people, your own co-host. You're the commissioner. You're supposed to keep it cordial. You're supposed to keep it professional.
Hey,
Talking about burying me.
That was professional,
wow.
bro.
That's how you feel. Whatever. Next game is Thelonious Punt, JD Grams, Central C, Team Donnie. So there's another sibling bowl right there.
Mm-hmm.
C Blizzy, Houston Boy, and them boys, Pico de Guapo. Now, I could ask you, who do you think, what's the game of the week? But I believe I already know.
It's not gonna be us, bro. Don't even. Nah.
Okay.
That's not. Don't flatter yourself, bro. That's a bye week. It's a bye.
Remember
week.
you remember what happened last time when someone called someone else a bye week?
Listen. If I take an L, so be it. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm prepared. I'm prepared to be coming back here next week talking all my trash. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. Nah. Maybe sibling rivalry, Central C versus Team Donnie, probably. But no, actually, no. Scratch that. Thelonious Punt versus JD Grams. JD Grams been talking trash in the chat.
He's been talking a lot of trash in the chat.
This man is the number one. Hey, I'm talking about trash. This man is the number one supporter of Central C. Number one supporter of Central C. Nothing Central C does is wrong in this man's eye. Central
I
C
don't understand it.
Scored 59 points. This man couldn't even hit 60, bro. And JD Grams pulled up in the chat talking about, in my eyes, Central C's the best player in the league. In my eyes, Central C scored 159. This man's 1-2 himself. Y'all just lucky. Yo, KxngTrizz, I'm gonna put you in retirement home. You didn't beat me. You just lucky. Houston boy, put you in retirement, boy. You just beat me.
We're about to see what that luck do with Thelonious Punt. Yeah, I would say
this nonsense, bro.
I would say I'm looking at those top 3 games: Thelonious Punt, JD Grams, Central C, Donnie. That's the sibling bowl, and Slick Nigrodamus. Because it's the battle of the commissioners.
Ain't no battle, bro. It's a bye week for me. Oh, let's.
You're getting real comfortable.
I am, bro. Look, I'm relaxed. My voice getting deeper. You know it is. I'll just be here, man. Anyway. Nah, but for real, fantasy's weird, bro. Fantasy's weird. You can definitely. My team can wet the bed. You could beat me, and will I be mad? Yes. Will this mess me up for the rest of the league? Nah. Just like how I said, I'm confident my team could dispose of JD Grams. I'm confident my team can dispose of co-commissioner Slick. Get that boy a 0-3 donut. Call it a day. Move on to week 5. Man, what's going on in week 5, man? That's what I'm looking for. So I'm not. Yeah, Houston boy. That's a better matchup. Like, who's this man? Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Man, the things I could say, but I won't. Anyway, those were the matchups for week 4 coming up, and we looking forward to those games. I am looking forward to trying to get my first dub in the Commissioner Bowl, week 4, Slick Nigrodamus. But coming up, we got a guest coming to join the show. It should be interesting, so we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We are joined here with them boys. How's it going?
Big GM himself, bro. I feel great.
Big GM, that's how you're feeling.
GM.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
Do you
Big
feel great
GM.
because you just secured your win against the co-commish, or just because
you hold me?
Yeah.
I hold you, bro. You accepted the trade, bro. You accepted the trade.
Yeah, but you knew because I am inexperienced with trades. You sent that quick before the players reset on Tuesday.
I did. But I would think though, with your football knowledge, with Tua being out, I was like, man, this might be a stretch. But then he was like, I like this trade. And I was like, I might have got this nigga. I might have got this nigga. So
That's
I was just reeling
crazy.
him in. And then once I seen that Debo was out, I was like, oh nah, now it's like he might not even accept this at all. And I was like, all right, bet, send the trade. And he accepted it. So it's like I got Ayuk as a number one receiver right now for sure. And I mean, Taylor's gonna be Taylor. But I mean, what I will say though is I feel like Tyreek is still a good like long term play. I feel like he's definitely gonna cook because it's Tyreek Hill. I feel like definitely for the first couple of weeks you're gonna feel like it's like super lopsided. But I feel
Which
like
it is.
after a couple of weeks it's gonna kind of even out a little bit.
We'll find out.
We'll
This is
see.
why I don't do trades, man. You can't trust your competitors to do something fair. And Tyler showed me what's wrong with this younger generation.
Bro, I'm Danny Ainge, bro. What can I say, bro? What can I say?
Danny Ainge.
I mean, Teddy knows what happened to him
Like
last
Whitey
year.
Bulger.
I'm the reason why
Like
Teddy lost the
Whitey
ship last
Bulger.
year.
Pretty much.
This is
I'm
true.
the sole
So
reason.
I already
Yeah.
know who not to deal with.
Yeah, I
I
probably got
know
a
who
bad
not to
rep
deal
now.
with.
I probably got a bad rep for trades, but it is what it is, man. I do
You
what
and
I
your
gotta
brother,
do.
the brothers, they don't
But how does it really feel to like lose to the players that like you traded?
You know what? You could ask him that, and you can ask your boy Central C that same question.
I'd be sick.
Yeah, because Central C went ahead and did a trade with your brother, and that trade ended up making him drop 59 points, man.
All right,
Like,
you know
when you
what's
really
crazy
think
though
about it.
about this trade? Because we were talking about it off camera, like we had forgotten all about this trade because there's been so much commotion going on. I feel like for only it being 3 weeks into the league. At first, I was kind of mad because I'm like, bro, Shea kind of finessed because I'm
Mhm.
looking like I thought CMC was, coming back in the next couple of weeks doing his same thing. I mean,
That boy
Jameson
going.
Williamson was going off at the time, but he got him. But Derrick Henry wasn't really doing much. And then all of a sudden, Derrick Henry went off this week. And then we hearing rumors that Christian McCaffrey, he's seen a specialist in Germany.
Yeah, that
Like,
might be it for the season, bro.
so I don't know, man. Oh, shoot.
Hey,
Central
whoa,
C.
unexpected,
Central.
ladies and gentlemen.
International
Unexpected.
man.
As we were just talking about him with 59 points on the week, one of the worst trades ever happening, picking up CMC, thinking CMC is going to deliver him to the promised land. CMC is Moses. He's died right before he got to the promised
59
land.
points is crazy, bro.
59 points is crazy. 159 points, delusional thinking. Your boy, the one and only,
Shady
binary
Grams.
code, Central C 111. Welcome.
I see you still got your janky sunglasses.
Those are the same ones from last year or a different one?
But before I say anything, I just have to bless this pod with my presence because, I know y'all been struggling the past couple of weeks with making some content. I know I had to come and save the audience from the 47 Diddy joke that was cracked last week. There's no better
It's
place
only
to
two
be
jokes,
than
but okay.
no better place to be than on the SNL podcast. What other fantasy football group is doing this, bro? Who else
That's
doing
true.
this?
That's true. Exactly.
Who
Shout
else
out to
spinning
Ricky and
this
Teddy,
up?
bro. Shout
So
out to Ricky and Teddy for sure.
I gotta grace it with my presence because I love this for real. I love this medium. But honestly, everything that you just spoke about, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna touch on that. We're gonna touch on that. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming to you from the beautiful island of St. Vincent of the Grenadines. Central C, he's international now. But as you know me, I am the notorious Central C. I'm the one, the only, never replicated. I am the best there is, the best there was. JD Graham said it himself. I am the GOAT of fantasy football. That's who I am. So I
Right,
just
he's
have to come
credible.
here and bless y'all with my presence.
I think what happened was you got beat so bad you fled the country.
See, here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about
Yo,
what happened, right? Ladies and gentlemen, it is true. I broke a record this week. I put up 59 points. This is the lowest that anybody has put up this thus far in our league's history.
league history.
I'm
Here's
not
my
gonna lie.
answer to
That's the
that.
lowest I've seen in fantasy, period.
That's true. Me
Same.
too. I've never seen that before. But as I told my opponent, the Thelonious Punt, as he was lambasted me for my score, LeBron not getting the most points if you don't have the most turnovers as well. So it just is what it is. It's par for the course. If I gotta put up that 59 right now, I gotta put up 59 now, then 59 in the playoff. So I'm gonna just take what it is. It's only week 3, folks. It's only week 3.
Anyway, them boys, before you were rudely interrupted by a half hoodied wearing sunglasses your thoughts on the Central C
You know the
trade
study's hard, Ricky.
with.
No sleep.
I ain't gonna say all that. Your thoughts on the Central C trade with C Blizzy?
Yeah, like I was saying, we had to look at it because there's been so much commotion going on in the league. When I first was looking at it, I ain't even gonna lie, I thought Shea swindled this man. I thought Shea was like a lopsided victor in this trade. I was thinking CMC was gonna come back in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops. And Derrick Henry, them niggas was not giving him the ball. I mean, they signed him for that whole reason to run the ball. They were not giving him the ball. And then all of a sudden, Derrick Henry goes off for 30 plus points. All of a sudden, we're hearing CMC going to overseas to go see a specialist in Germany. So now it's looking like Connor easily won this trade just from getting Devontae Smith and Derrick Henry itself. I feel like that's just points he can get every single week. And having a Christian McCaffrey that's like, I don't know, bro. He might not come back for the rest of the season, bro. I don't know.
Central C, do you have any thoughts on what Dem Boys has said?
A lot of folks in our league, I know, they react. They let their emotions get the best. You know, the second they saw the trade go through, it was, oh, you swindle. Oh, you're this. Same thing as last year. You robbing people. You this and you that. It's not the same rhetoric this time around. Because my team put up such low points, because CMC is doing all these things, now the conversation is, oh, you're trash, oh, this. But the same attitude from when the trade went through, this is why you can't listen to everyone. Everyone business ain't meant for you, bro. You got to do what you're supposed to do. I took the trade knowing that the upside is too high. And if he was willing to let go of Christian McCaffrey and say Christian McCaffrey does come back and he's running at RB1 status, the thing is, I learned from last year. I went like 7-0, ended with an 11-3 record, but I didn't get the ring. So clearly, me going undefeated, clearly me doing all that wasn't the remedy. So honestly, I think we getting caught up in records, but the person who won the whole chip last year went 7-7. So I'm not really stressing out for that. I knew when I took the trade it was a risk, and I know that Connor in return, but he got a good return. Derrick Henry put up 30. He had him on the bench, but he put up 30. Devontae Smith is wide receiver number one because AJ Brown is hurt.
Yeah.
But right now, I can't worry about that because they're not on my team no more, so it don't matter to me.
I feel you. My theory just is that gamble, is it going to be too long for that gamble? Will it be worth it if CMC doesn't come back in time? I feel like that's your biggest what if. Because if he comes back,
we gonna have to see. That's really what it is. We gonna have to see.
I feel like what I learned in fantasy with Pico, especially last year, is I feel like if you get to 500, you have a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like if CMC comes back and you're not at least 500, you got a problem. I'm not gonna lie.
Question
you talking about my son?
The question is, do you think you have a team, Central C, to get you at least to 500 to even get you into the playoffs? That's the question.
See,
that's what I'm saying.
You try to hit me with a BS trade.
I mean, he's at 500 right now, 1-1-1. So
that's true.
You try to hit me with a BS trade today talking about Brian Robinson for CeeDee Lamb, knowing damn well you gave up CeeDee Lamb last year and then he took off.
Listen, man.
See, no. I don't want to hear you no more.
Yeah, he wants the guy back.
I don't want to hear you no more. But what I'm saying is, I'm not really worried about CD. I think this game with Ramondre, when he gave me 0 points, I'm not gonna let one bad game dictate this man's entire career. That's not who he is. Folks hitting me with that, oh, he scored 0 points. All right, so
I agree with you on that. I don't think he's gonna do
that ain't who he is. And if he scored 0 points and that's who Ramondre is, and since that's such a big trade talk, why you want a nigga that scored 0 points?
All right, Central C, man. Currently we call you.
Say my name, say it correctly. The notorious Central C.
Bro, listen. Unless you have defeated me in fantasy, I don't owe you anything. So, Central C, you and your co-daddy, co-parenting,
crazy
binary code brother, 111. How you feel about Pico right now, man?
Honestly, our fates seem to be intertwined right now. Ever since last year and everything that happened with the Commonwealth, and Pico, honestly, he ain't got no common sense. The young man down here, them boys, he texted me behind the scenes telling me to snake Pico, but Pico want me to tell him? Like, nah, that's not on them boys. Handle your business, them boys. But Pico sitting up here talking about I snaked him because I didn't tell him. I handle business behind the scenes, but it's all good. It's all good. Honestly, there was no better person to beat me in the playoffs than Pico. it made sense, and it made for a great story, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Pico. But I'm gonna hit y'all with a little Bible verse. It says Proverbs 22 verse 6: Raise up a child in the way that he should go, and when they are older, they will not depart from it. I'm glad I had to teach him how to win. I'm glad I had to teach him the ways of success. So I'm glad that he's been taking the lessons from his father, and he's been going on and having such countless success. Pico, I just tell me what cereal to bring home when you want the milk too. If that's what you want some fruity pebbles. I know you want some fruity pebbles. You want some Fruit Loops. What you want, Pico? I'll bring some milk home too. I know you've been missing me and you've been missing my presence in and around your circle. Honestly, week 10 might mean more to me. It might be just right there with the ring because week 10 is finally the day I get custody of my son, and I cannot wait to go play catch with that man, bro.
You mentioned week 10. That's a lot of playoff implications, and you
That's
mentioned that
crazy.
that's what you're fighting for the ring. Commissioner Triz, go ahead and show the boys what we're all doing this for.
Oh yeah, fellas, man. Let's talk about this ring, man. So Pico came on here last week. He showed the bling. He talked about the diamonds, but I got this box right here. This box has everything you need to know. This is what we're fighting for. Ooh, oh my gosh. Take your time, Teddy. Take your time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're fighting for this year. Look at that. Black on gold,
The,
weighted
the most
championship
beautiful.
ring. Looking really good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The most
Yeah, I know.
beautiful
So
Yes,
piece of ring in
sir.
all of fantasy football.
while y'all are fighting for this, just know, like I said, I got the best team in the league, and currently I got a ring in my possession. So I'm put
That's
on my
cap.
fingerprints all over it for
Phil's
now.
3-0. Phil got the best record.
He got the best record, but he got KxngTrizz got
High
the
scoring
highest scoring team.
Yeah,
So I
but
don't
Harry
know.
couldn't get over Phil.
This is
I mean,
true.
you couldn't get over Phil, bro.
Phil and I's matchup didn't come down to Phil dropping 150 on me and beating me. Clearly, my team just underperformed. That's just really what it was.
Bro, I
Man,
was gonna
listen, you
underperform,
lost,
bro.
bro.
It was an
I think you
underperformance round,
performed. I
bro.
think you performed right where you're supposed to be.
That
Right next
is
to me.
that's
Yeah, in the
incorrect.
10.
When the
in the
past
Right
2
next to
homeless
weeks
me.
tent.
I've put up
In the homeless
130.
tent. In the homeless
Literally
tent. That's
incorrect.
where you at.
But Ricky, you about to be 0-3. You about to be 0-4. I know you struggling, bro.
And I
You
know
know
you're about to be 0-2-1. It's okay.
still got a better record than you. The self-proclaimed fantasy football man. Basketball's available if you want to pick up another sport. And clearly, you ain't got the knowledge in your own sport. So you want to pick up something
Hey
else? You can pick
man,
up some
listen.
pickleball. I know you living out there, way out there in. I'm not gonna name drop, but you can pick up some pickleball, pick up some badminton. Cause
Oh my
football ain't for
goodness.
you, my boy.
These
Disrespect.
guys, man. Pico said it best. These young boys gotta respect their elders.
Yes,
And
sir.
it's
Exactly.
100%
Pico
accurate
got to
with Central
respect his
C.
father. The relationship between me and Pico, it hurts because I love the young man, but he in his rebellious stage. He the prodigal son right now.
Central C.
Yes, sir.
Since we're on the pod, since we're face to
Mhm.
face on camera,
Yes, yes, yes,
I know there's a lot of things that's been said on
yes.
that Signal app. What's the word? What is the PG word? I should say.
Debauchery.
Let's see, debauchery, riding. I don't know. Just a
Yo.
lot of. I don't know how to really say it. That I can't say on camera, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. A lot of extracurricular activities, I'd say, is going on in the chat, and
Clandestine male activities.
it's like I've never seen two black men like be so like two peas in a pod in my
Hey,
life.
yo.
Yes.
So I just have a serious question. What's truly going on with you and JD Grams?
See, the folks at home who haven't been. When this young man, J.D. Grams, joined, me and him did not see that. So it turned into admiration. And then eventually it turned into a fondness. J.D. Grams, he's fearless. He came up first week, walked down Connor. Connor said all types of stuff to J.D. Grams, walked that man down. I think he played Teddy next. Teddy barely beat him. I think
Barely.
he played Chris.
No. Hold up. Barely. I beat this man by like
I'm
almost
still
50
talking.
points. What are you talking about?
You got lucky. I think Houston boys, they played. But honestly, when I see JD Grams, and I'm gonna call him JD Meet the Grams, right? When I see JD Meet the Grams, he reminds me of Kendrick Lamar because he's able to look at the the complete complexities and atrociousness within the league. He's able to look at it and he can be the one person that can stand back and just like Kendrick's song said, he's willing to let the party die, folks. He's willing to stop all the delusion and all the lies that are being spread in our chat. So honestly, JD Meet the Grams, man, that's really my boy for real, man. That's really
So,
my boy, and
so since we're talking about lies and spreading lies,
yeah.
and we have proof
No,
of
no,
this.
no, no, no. Before you start going in, John is a rookie, bro. You know you seek the loss, bro. This man, you're preying on a man that is down bad, bro. You seen a rookie, you were just like, you know what? Maybe I can just reel this man in, just like how I reel Ricky in with that trade. Let me just reel this man in, reel this
For
man in,
So you
reel this
admit
man
it.
in.
Yeah, okay, you
For
admit
real.
it. You know what you
Let
did. Exactly.
me
Yes,
just reel
sir.
this man in. Now
I
you
bet.
made this man your cheerleader, man. A grown 200+ pound man, your cheerleader, bro.
I
Yo,
find it kind of wild that you can sit there.
Anything Shay
Hold on.
says, anything Shay
Okay.
says, Central C, Central C, Central C, wee wee, hee hee. I'm
I
like,
find
bro,
it crazy how you just admitted to to swindling someone, and you go try and point the finger at me. Like,
At
well,
least he
to be
at least
honest,
he's
it just happened to turn out that way though. I didn't think it was gonna swindle that
it's
bad. I'm not
crazy.
gonna lie.
at least
That's
he's able to
wild.
be honest with it, because last year, there was a lot of drama, and you're still
Respectfully,
denied to this point.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
I
to get
stand
back
on
to the
business.
honesty point. I'm trying
I
to get
stand
back to
on
the
business.
honesty point because we have.
respectfully, have JD Meet the Grams and me traded?
Listen,
There
Not
has
yet.
been no
All right, my bad,
no
Triz. I got a little out of hand. My bad. You
nah,
there's
you
been
good,
no
you good.
connection between our teams. See, and let me put my Hotep hat on real quick. Them boys, you said
Oh my
something at the
goodness.
beginning that rubs me the wrong way. You said you never seen two black men.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
See, here's the problem with the black community, and here's the problem with negative male role models in our lives.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
We,
goodness.
as young men, we as young black men, do not have enough positive male friendship to where when we see two men who are genuine friends, have close connection, we see it as a negative. We see it as, and dare I go so far to say, y'all see it as some fruity pebbles type activity when it's really just a friendship.
Anyways, as we were saying about the matchups now for this coming up week.
Yeah, let's keep it. Well, I got one last question for Central C, and we try to keep it quick. Central C, last year you had the Commonwealth. This year you have your alliance with JD Grams. Do you form these partnerships because you feel you aren't unable to make it through by yourself
I was 7-0.
with the alliance,
Pretty
with the
well.
Commonwealth?
For the first 4 weeks, I was on my own through the activities of the league. See, what got crazy is people started their teams weren't doing as well, and then they turned on me. They called me a fake leader. They said I'm taking everything for myself. I not once traded with anyone. This is why you can't please everyone. See, when you're a leader, when you're born to do this, there are some people who are just born followers, and it's just a way of life. It just there's an old African proverb. It goes, "It is what it is, man."
All right, it is what it is. You heard it here from Central C++. Dem boys, you have a matchup coming up with Pico de Guapo. How are you feeling? Are you confident that you'll be able to win?
Yeah, I'm confident. I had the best week I had last week. Division matchup. Pico is definitely a capable team that can put up some points too. We'll see, man. I feel like these early games are like it's early, but they're important when it's a division game. So you gotta take advantage of that. Hoping I come out on the winning column for sure.
And last question, man, before we bounce, man. Central C, terrible loss. You're going up against Team Donnie, who's also 2-1. Sibling, your older sibling. I believe she whooped you last year. Are you gonna allow her to whoop you again this year?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. She gonna whoop me again. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm
Central
probably
C,
gonna get whooped
not
again.
confident.
You heard it here first,
Interesting.
yo. Live on the cam.
Interesting.
That's my
So he can't be
sister,
notorious.
Yeah. You
though.
contradicting yourself, man. Yeah, we
She
gotta give Donna her props. She drafted very well.
she drafted very well, and the team is very strong. I've already seen my team, and I believe my team is the other half of the season team. I don't think I'm gonna pick up steam at the early part. I think I'm gonna pick up steam on the later half of the season. When I look at her team and I see the potential for, I think there's certain matchups I gotta be more keen on when it comes to my team. I think my team is very matchup oriented. I think when it comes to certain, like last week, one of my big wide receivers is Mike Evans. That's one of my guys. If you've been noticing the past couple weeks that have gone on, any wide receiver one that has gone up against the Broncos, Patrick Surtain II has completely locked them down. So it was just a bad case, bad place for my guy right there. And with the camaraderie that because Mike Evans was getting locked by Patrick Surtain, with the second option being available, you saw which Phil had Chris Godwin. And Chris Godwin put up 24 points. So I think when it comes to certain matchups, I think that's really where my team is we're going to have to navigate those waters. But honestly, when you're looking at an opponent as strong as Team Donnie, you gotta really think, you gotta really sit down and consider. Like I said last year, folks, I went 7-0, I went 11-3, then I wouldn't be the ring. A man who was 7-7 beat all of us. Every single person that's sitting here, none of us got a ring. Even the commish, he put in high numbers this year. He ain't got a ring.
This might be the first thing that Central C said that is honest. I can sense that playoff loss really hurt you this offseason, and
It taught me.
maybe you're taking the route of honesty.
Yes,
It taught me a lot. It taught me the ways of fantasy football. I think it should teach all of us, but clearly I learned a lesson, and you ain't 0-3 ass nigga. My fault.
That being the case, bro, we just want to thank you guys for coming out, joining us on the pod this week. Thank you, them boys, for coming here, beating the commissioner and talking trash on the pod. Thank you for Central C showing your face.
But you whooped the commissioner?
159. Yeah, man, he did, bro. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Man, he got swindled. He got whooped. And he 0-3.
Yo, let's not dwell too much on that, man. But
you lost last year. You had one of the worst teams last year. Come back this year, had the worst team again. Got robbed and got beat again.
Don't worry, Shay. Your time's coming. Your time's coming, Shay. Don't worry about it.
It's a timeline of losing. You had a whole year to perform, to strategize, to think, and you came back and losing again.
But anyway, man, like I was saying, this has been the SNL Pod Season 2, Week 3. We had some good conversations, man, some good insight, and we will see you guys next week. So stay tuned, man. Be safe. We out.